What going on, Grizzlies fans? Welcome into another Grizz Game Day update. It is rainy outside, but I am so excited. I hate this pun. I'm always gonna be like, it's fiery inside because the Grizzlies are debuting their new City Edition jerseys today with the game against the Nuggets. It tips off at 7 o'clock here at FedExForum. Mike, you excited for the new jerseys? You looking forward to it?
I love the new jerseys. The Grizzlies have had 3, 4, 5 years now of these alternate jerseys, and they've been fire each and every time. Going back to the "I Am a Man" version of the jerseys that they had several years ago, the Isaac Hayes inspired theme jerseys from the last couple seasons, and this one is a unique color scheme. So I'm looking forward to it too. It's big time, and hopefully they can unveil it to a win tonight.
Well, that's the plan. So this is the second time in 3 days that the Grizzlies will host the Denver Nuggets. Obviously, on Monday night, they took home the W. Looking to do it again today. Sometimes it can be a little more difficult to adjust after a win. So it's going to be interesting to see how this team comes out. If you're looking at last game, on Monday night's game, what do you think that big thing that they need to do to keep this ball rolling with the Nuggets is?
Knock down shots, knock down the three-point ball. That seems to permeate this team. When one guy's hitting them, the confidence is building. Jaren got off to a great start from three-point range in the first quarter. Then Tyus Jones picked it up from there. So what you're seeing is when the Grizzlies can hit those early threes, then it opens up a lot of other things. And it also unlocks their defense too, Kelcey, because, again, by the time this game got going, the Grizzlies played their best defense as the game went on, eventually holding that team to a 15-point quarter. So if they can continue to do that and make those nice runs, I think it'll be fine. But what we also know is that Denver's not going to be 9 for 38 from three-point range, 2 straight games against the Grizzlies. So the Grizzlies have to defend that three-point line as well. What do you see?
Yeah, I talked to Coach at practice yesterday about, how to adjust when you know that this team is not going to be shooting 23% from the three-point line. Again, they're not a great three-point shooting team on average this season, but they're not a bad three-point shooting team like they were on Monday night either. And he said, you know what, the priority is still going to be defending the paint. It's still going to be right there, defending the paint. They had 40 points in the paint, and the Grizzlies do not want that moving into tonight's game. But they're also not daring anyone to take shots. So priority is points in the paint, the defense there. And then, if they make more shots, they'll adjust that way. But he said it's not much of a focus going into today's game. The thing that I find interesting that I saw was the rebounding battle. So we talk about defense and how the offense fuels the defense. The rebounding battle was won. The Grizzlies won it 55-40. All 7 of the Denver Nuggets games, when they've been out rebounded, they've lost. When they out rebound the other team, they win. So it's kind of an interesting trend. And if I'm the Grizzlies going back to offense, I'm just getting all my keys out. Boom, boom, boom. If I'm going back to offense,
hey, keep them coming.
Going back to offense, I would want
get all the keys.
Exactly. I would want the Grizzlies to look at sharing the ball a little bit more. Now they play so good on defense, and they scored by committee in the last few wins, which was what the Grizzlies do so well. But 20 assists on 44 field goals it's not them. The Denver Nuggets had more assists, less field goals. It's an okay number. You want to be about 50% at the very lowest, but it's not the Grizzlies' identity. So you're going to want to move the ball a little bit more. And then the last thing I think, Mike, is the bench scoring. It's what helped them be successful last year. They had big nights by a lot of the guys from the bench. Obviously, Tyus Jones, one of the biggest ones. So I think you just want to continue to get your bench involved, share the ball, and out rebound the Nuggets. It seems so simple when I say it like that, right?
No, I mean you put all of those pieces together, and each one of those is an incremental, is a key piece, essential piece, and you incrementally put them together to put together a full 4-quarter performance. And you're right. I mean, I think the ability to stop the other team from easily sharing the basketball, be disruptive in the passing game, eliminates them from getting into a rhythm. Now on your side, what the Grizzlies want to do well. They want to attack the paint. They want to be able to spray it out to their three-point shooters, and they want to move the ball as well too. So you lined it all up, phenomenally well right there. And it's interesting when you say Taylor Jenkins talked about protecting the paint against Denver, because Jokic is more of a high-low center. And when you're saying protect the paint, you traditionally mean I keep guys from just pounding into the lane and that kind of thing. But Denver likes to open up the paint for cutters and backdoor action. So the Grizzlies have to be assignment specific right there too. And this team has their attention. The Grizzlies know what they can do when they're on their game. They're at home, and I'm looking forward to them really establishing that identity of being another good home court team. They got away from that the last couple of years because obviously the pandemic and the environment was different. but now you can reestablish that home court dominance, and I think the Grizzlies will have a chance to do that, putting another W behind Monday's W as well if they do it tonight.
Just when you mentioned that this team does do the backdoor cuts, they do like to drive. One thing that I noticed in the last game was that, you know, they're only shooting about 60% from the foul line. So if you're the Grizzlies minus maybe Jaren, you don't want to give them easy twos either. You don't want to give them those easy looks. Like, you can take a foul and put them on the line, and it's still an advantage for you. So just a little nugget movement, a little nugget for the Nuggets game.
For the Nuggets, yeah. The Grizzlies, neither one of these teams shot a lot of free throws either. I mean, the Grizzlies only had 7 free throw attempts. They want that number to go up. And I think Denver only shot maybe a dozen. So it was a low free throw game in game 1. The refs aren't blowing the whistles as much as they used to at least early in this season. But at the end of the day, you're right. That's going to be something that could be an advantage too. And, you know, again, the Grizzlies have Denver always plays these guys. It's always a close game. And I think the Grizzlies have something figured out, and we'll see if they can put it back together again tonight.
Yep. So the game tips off at 7 p.m. at FedExForum. You can watch it on Valley Sports Southeast. You can listen on the radio, ESPN 92.9. Follow along all of our social channels at MemGrizz. And of course, the City Edition jerseys are debuting. So if you want to come at FedExForum, there are tickets available at 901-888-HOOP.
And if you come and we get the win, stick around right after the game to get Kelcey's walk-off. She had Ja Morant last game. We get another win. Who knows who we'll get this game, but it's going to be a compelling interview. Halftime keys at halftime, and all of our Grind City Media content all throughout the game.